Welcome back. Thank you for joining us for the 11 o'clock hour of New Day Cleveland. The upcoming change of season does not mean the end of planting season, which some might not realize. Amanda Hanna is joining us. She is the director of the Botanical Garden Horticulture at the Cleveland Botanical Garden. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
You clearly know a thing or two about making sure plants thrive, so we're glad to have you here today.
Thank you. Yeah, as you mentioned, fall is not the end of the planting season. In fact, it's one of the best times to do planting. And one of the things we do a lot of planting at the Cleveland Botanical Gardens are our bulbs. Our spring bulb display is one of our most adored, and to do that, we start now.
Okay.
So any time between the end of September and the beginning of November is when you want to start putting your bulbs in for that promise of spring that you're going to get.
I love the idea, the promise of spring. What kind of bulbs do we have here?
So here we have a few different bulbs. We've got allium bulbs, so the blooming, the beautiful kind of purple microphones.
Oh, yes.
That you see.
I'm terrible with names of some of the flowers and plants, but once you explain them, yes, I know exactly what you mean.
And then the classic tulip bulb, and then we've got some daffodil bulbs, and then some of our smaller cilia or Muscaria. I'm totally drawing name on the common name.
Again, it's okay because I wouldn't know. If you said the common name, maybe I would then. But this doesn't matter. What matters is making sure we're doing it the right way.
Yes.
So whatever bulbs you have or you prefer, planting, is there a way to plant them to make sure that they are in there the right way?
Absolutely. So first of all, you want to choose a nice sunny location, and then you want to make sure that you're planting your bulbs at the proper depth. That's really important. So for the bulb, depending on the size, you want to go about 2 to 3 inches deeper than the bulb itself. So we're looking at this bulb is about 2 inches, so we want to be planting this at 6 inches.
So tilt that down so everyone can see. So this is a great tool to, I'm sure the gardeners out there all have this, but I don't, and I'm learning from you right now, and this seems like a necessity almost. It really helps.
Absolutely. The Hori Hori is a gardener's best friend, and this one in particular, if you're looking to buy one, you can get them without the inch marks, but really this is very helpful for a lot of different things in the garden, because not only will you be able to gauge the depth of your bulb, but the distance between them, because you also want to plant them about 3 to 4 inches apart depending on the particular bulb. So you can not only, when you're planting, get down to that 6 inches and make sure that you're planting the pointy top up. We're coming on Halloween.
What did you call it? Witch's hat?
Yes, make sure the witch's hat is pointing towards the sky.
Okay.
And then you want to make sure you get it all the way down, which with this loose soil.
So remind me again, you said how many inches lower than what it is?
So 2 to 3 inches, 2 to 3 times the depth of the bulb.
Okay.
So with this being about, 1.5 inches or so, we're going to want to go 3 inches more.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then you want to make sure it's really tucked down in that hole. And then when you cover it, what you'll want to do is, especially now with the dry weather that we've been having, make sure you water them in really well. That will help so that there's no air pockets, and it will also give them a chance to start establishing their roots.
Great tip.
Because it has been so warm, for us in Northeast Ohio, we're going to want to wait till it starts to cool down a little bit before you start planting, because a couple of things can happen. If we start to get a lot of rain, the bulbs can rot, or if it's too warm, they'll actually start growing, which we don't want to do.
Oh, we don't want that to happen. No, that's totally wrong time then.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are some of the do's and don'ts then, I guess, of what we would want to do and what not to do when it comes to planting. So we need to wait. So don't be doing this right now.
Not yet. Give it a couple weeks, let it cool down a bit outside before you get started.
Now, depth-wise, I saw how far you put it out. Now you're saying to space it out, the next one over, you just would put that horizontal and then make sure that you're spacing them out. How many inches apart did you say?
For this one, you'd depending on the bulb, but usually 2 to 4 inches, depending on how you want your design. Another really fun thing you can do, if like me, you live in an apartment and you don't have a lot of space outside, is plant in pots, and then you can even do what we call a bulb lasagna. So what you would do is start at the bottom and plant the bigger bulbs at the bottom, and then you can put soil and plant right on top of them.
Or vertically, right on top.
Literally creating a lasagna.
I love that.
And so you might think that they would grow up and hit the other bulbs and not be able to come up, but they don't. They just grow right around them, and then you get this beautiful mixed container.
How great. Wonderful idea then too. And I know there are a lot of people who don't have access to outdoors. So to be able to do it indoors in a pot like this, you have to have a certain height of pot to begin with?
Usually you want a fairly deep pot, probably about 12 inches to give each layer some room.
It's room to grow
and then
flourish.
because we do get cold here, you'll want to either put them in like a dark garage or a basement, or bury the pots in the soil for the winter so that you don't get freeze thaw to keep the bulbs healthy.
A wealth of knowledge for us. Amanda joining us from the Cleveland Botanical Garden. Please come back. This was great information. Now
I'd love to
want
come back
do
in the
this too. Come back in the spring and help us out as they continue to flourish. All right.